confusing. So what is that time frame when you put up the scaffolding, let's say?
I'd say 2.5 to 3 months.
3 months, okay. Thank you.
Yes. And I'm hoping to get that down to 2 months. I think we talked about in the beginning, but it's just, you know, the skin does not come off easy. It's got me baffled. It is, especially the corners are real bare. But go ahead.
Also with the bottom units, are you going to be taking out the doors and stuff like that too?
No bottom units. We're not really dealing with bottom units in terms of the doors coming in and out, balcony or floor or patio or anything.
What if there's damage to the ceiling and stuff like that?
The ceiling, yes. If we have,
Yeah.
what we're trying to
And
do,
there's damage to the floors too.
what the engineer has allowed us to do is we're taking the deck off so we can peer into the cavity of the deck. And if there's no evidence of damage, then we don't need to take what's called the lid of the ceiling off the lid. To the extent that we don't have to take it off, we clearly don't want to take it off. But in some cases, the engineer is going to make us take off drywall lids so he can inspect the integrity of the waterproofing system we're installing. He's going to do it randomly, but he's going to say, okay, you need my I want you to take that lid off, I want you to take that lid off. And then we put a full, it's like testing a shower pan. We're going to put water on the membrane. When we're done, it's going to hold 3-4 inches of water, and we're going to wash it for 24 hours and look underneath and see if there's leaks. But I've got some pretty creative folks on our team that are talking into limiting the extent of the lid removal so that all you have to do is at least get in there and see. If you can see that there's no water, then everybody's happy in terms of the integrity of the lid. So the bottom 4 lids predominantly should not come off, but some might here or there.
I have asked, because I work from home, that if I could be aware of when excessive noise may be occurring, I can find a place in the office to go to work. And there were a couple of days that it was really bad. It sounded like they were jackhammering right behind you. Also, I don't have a floor outside of on my balcony any longer.
Yes.
And I had planned ahead and put enough salt in my water softener to last a month. That is by the water closet.
What building are you in?
14.
Is your water softener in your exterior utility closet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll help you. Pedro, what unit are you?
1424.
Can you help with the softener?
1424.
We'll help you do that.
I don't need to put anything in right now, but
Well, if you do, we'll help you. We should. When do you need to put it in?
um,
We should have your balcony almost done again, but we really don't. We don't want anybody on the balconies until we get the knee walls back up and the railings back up. So I know some of us want to peer out and look out, but I mean, from a safety standpoint, especially, I mean, everybody in this room clearly looks capable of walking out on the balcony, but I really don't feel comfortable at night knowing the people are out there because a couple of reasons. One, I don't want people on the membrane. It's subject to being pierced. But without the rails and the knee walls, it's dangerous. So if we're not out of your way soon enough, sorry.
there's no
There's
Well,
no
like I
floors.
said, the reason we take the floors up is because they're flat. And you don't want them flat. Water gets on, water gets under that concrete, guess where it goes? Nowhere. It sits there and rots. Now, if we take them out, I build a 3/4 inch shim up against your threshold, and the next truss gets a 1/2 inch shim, and the next truss gets a 1/4 inch shim. We've got an 1/8 inch per foot all the way to your scupper. So when water gets underneath the concrete in the future, guess what? It's going on. It's going away. And that's why we got to take it up so it's nasty. You saw one of those pictures
Right, exactly.
where this is what you're talking about. Let me slowly look at that last thing. I think it's so ugly, it doesn't want to see it. But yeah, this is what you got, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so your utility closet's right here. So yeah, definitely I don't want you out there. In fact, you'll see most of us, we're strapping 2x4s across it, just because I don't want any kids or anybody to forget. And you know, it means that egress and access to the exterior is to your front door for now. But again, it's just to be safe, it should be the 2.5 to 3 months that you should be in that. But I got to tell you, if you need something, call us and we'll get out there and we'll take care of your water softener or whatever you need.
Can that paper come off? I mean, it's so dark in my unit.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
claustrophobic.
The gentleman.
Hold on, the paper. The paper is on not to obstruct your vision. It's on, there's a lot, and we're chipping and hammering, we're breaking glass. We've broken 2 doors, so the exterior glass on 2 doors.
Right.
And one of them was where we accidentally hit a sprinkler head. We just bumped it, and that went off and it was a disaster. Okay? It's in building 9. And when it went off with 220 pounds of pressure, scared the guys, hammered it with the glass and broke the outside pane, not through. Thank God. And another time, the actual pipe was up tight against the deck, which was bizarre. It's the only one I've seen like that. Where the sprinkler distribution system was literally pressed up against the deck, and we had a saw blade where we scored this plywood so we pull it out in pieces, and and you cut it. And that was on your building, 14. So I've had the pure pleasure of, I think, 3 or 4 occasions so far with Ladder 72 coming to say hello to Scott Lyon, and if I could avoid seeing them again, I would like to. And it's been 2 sprinklers, and we had an incident today that
The gentleman behind you.
yeah, so go ahead. Sorry.
Just had 2 questions. Do you have a general time frame for the start of building 16?
16's underway as we speak, on the back side.
Yeah, in the back side. We are starting the back side already.
The front side, yeah, it's going to be very soon.
Tomorrow we start with the scaffolding.
Okay, and the second question would be, once you start the front of 16, when time period do you think will be the indoor part portion of that?
Oh, yes, okay, so remember, we have so many different entities, and some are performing better than others in terms of timing. That's the ones aren't performing bad. So let me get to that. Okay, so we're talking 16. We'll be on the front. Right now, we're actually moving fairly well on that building, but it could be, say, 3 weeks before we get that one. So what we're doing now is to limit that's the most invasive part. And not to bore you with our details, but when we waterproof the balcony, the bulk of the time is on the very front nose where the scuppers are, the way we have to tie in the scuppers. There's 30, how many steps? 42. 42 steps doing this waterproofing. Step 1 is the inside this, and then you got to take this flap, and this shingles back, and you got an inside dog here, and it goes back and back. So you start on the front, and that takes a couple hours. The interior fill takes no time. And then the threshold of removing the door. So what we're going to do is get the demo all done, and that's inside your balconies. The bands will be on your balconies, ripping out the bands. It's very unsightly. There's a metal flashing in there that is nasty. And then we have to fix your carpentry, and then we start the waterproofing. And so once you see the front, the rubber membrane going down, you can expect to, I can tell you all, once you see that, you can expect a call from us. We're going to try to give you 24 hours notice, or at least a block of time, like this week. We're going to be in your apartment, and we're going to either need access from you, or at least let you know and have you, authorize us to come in. And I have great guys. I really, literally, we have 50 guys out here, and they're awesome. The reality is when we're coming into your house, I prefer you take all and any valuables and move away, and pets in the bedrooms or somewhere away where they're not disturbed.
So that's how we asked them to start mid-to-late March, and we haven't started the front of that building, so just.
You're going to be out of the country until.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that you guys look in while we're not out of the country, and there's a way for us to authorize and get in contact with you.
Yeah. What we're doing in these kind of cases is we're asking you to work with the management and have them supervise and come in, because there are a lot of logistical challenges. We have, I don't know how many units, 309 units, and we're only really accessing 255 as the elevated balconies. And I know it's intrusive, I know it's a pain, but it is so critical that we kind of move in a systematic way. If we get to where we can't do this one, once I have scaffolding up, that scaffolding is costing us almost $20,000 a month right now. And we got to get rid of it, and I need access to your unit. So if by chance, and you're not alone, there's been some other folks who've been out of the country, so we're going to have to work with Brandon and gain access that way with Bill Medici supervision. So again, if everything goes right, I should only be in and out of there in half a day. I just need to move that door in, fix your threshold, put the door back. And then I don't need to be in there again, except to fix your cord. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I did see you.
It's kind of, I guess, addition to what you're saying about the today is coming.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you guys, which is fine. It's more about, I need is on floors, and then move floors, and I need the,
Yeah.
obviously, work on structural, frame for the door. That's my concern. Is there going to be any demolition on the inside portion of the house?
No, if we do our job the way we shouldn't impact your floors. In fact, before we'll move the door aside, just like you would, and we'll spend time and tape off, and we'll protect your floor with a tarp and/or any kind of system to make sure we're protecting the surface and the integrity of the surface. And then we'll typically put up a zip wall, which is just a plastic structure against your ceiling that we can kind of control any. There's not a lot of dust, but dust is, it happens. And so we'll create this nice little work area. We'll move them in. Our guys are wearing booties, right, guys? We're wearing, literally, we're wearing booties because
Tarps down, on top of plastic.
Sorry?
We put tarps down and plastic on underneath that. And then we only go in from the balcony, the residents are home.
Yeah.
And unlock it for us, you don't even have to go to your house.
Yeah, we definitely prefer not to go through your house because then we're tracking things out. At one point, we were working on the breezeways, but you know, we're trying to access from the balcony because all I need to be is this far into your house. And I need to move that door in for 4 hours. But to your point, they're heavy doors, those doors